Another fucking episode. LDP's podcast. I'm here with
Antonio Marino.
Tone. Thanks for being here, bro. I appreciate it. Today's topic, completely different. We have not talked about this yet. Everything's been about girls. Oh, do this, do that. But today, because we always talk about being high value, becoming the best version of yourself, we're talking about friendships, right? Yes. I know me and this kid could relate to that in a very strong way on how friends can impact your life.
Yes.
So let's dive right into that. So what's our little backstory?
Oh God. All right. So
quick, kind of like a quick summary.
I met Luke freshman year? Yeah, right?
No. I met yes. I knew of Antonio freshman year. We sat at the same lunch table, but I was never really friends with him freshman year.
We didn't really talk.
We didn't talk at all. I always just thought he was a dick and shit like that. I never really I was not
expressed that when
I expressed it because I vividly remember this. There was one day I wore a chain to school, but it was I was one of those fake diamond chains. I wore it to school. He was like, "Oh, your neck's gonna turn green," like he was being an ass. I was like, "Fuck this kid." So I just basically ignored him from that point on. But we ended up becoming friends sophomore year in a really weird way.
Yeah.
So he dated somebody, and then that ended up breaking off, and then I met that girl. But it was fucking ironic because we were really never friends before that.
Yeah.
And then we literally became friends at the same time.
Literally at the same
exact time. So it was so awkward. So that was a whole conflicted situation.
I remember he came over to my house for the first time, over the weekend. And then I walk into school and I see my ex-girlfriend wearing
my
his
sweatshirt.
hoodie. And I'm like, yo, what?
Yeah. And you
what's
guys,
going on?
Yeah. And they dated a while before that. And I almost I don't want to say that I didn't know because I feel like I did remember.
No, you knew, but it wasn't we were boys when I was dating her.
Yeah, we were. It was how we were freshman year. I was never really cool with you. Yeah. We at lunch we sat at the same table, but he was kind of off to the side and I was off to my side, and we never really interacted. Yeah. So now we end up becoming friends.
This girl comes in, and I wasn't really mad about it. I was just kind of confused.
Yeah.
I didn't really care. But I just thought it was oh, God. I thought more at the time, what is this kid getting himself into? Poor kid. And I remember telling you that, bro, what are you doing? I'm telling you from experience. I just went through this. Don't do that. And he didn't listen. And I think that was also kind of us becoming friends was,
It's weird. We
I gave Luke the advice.
Yeah,
and he
it was
really
so weird.
It
was
then...
You know what was weird? We kind of became friends through that in a weird ass way. Because listen, I'm a big proponent of exes off limits and stuff like that, but we were never close. It's different when you're close friends, but it was strange how we met at that time. So I feel in the beginning that also did cause some friction though with our friendship because it was oh, you had her.
I feel a large component of it too, which I'm sure we're going to get into, was just anytime you're in a friendship with someone and you both have another friend that you're really close with, and there's something going on between the two of you, no matter what it is, if that other person in the friend group doesn't have either of your best interests in the front of their mind, they're going to instigate, and they want to be closer to each one than you guys are to each other.
And if you can't see it, it's dangerous. Because
it's very, very dangerous.
Yeah, because a lot of sneaky people, they have a way and a tendency of putting themselves in between people and, oh, I'm cool with you. Oh, I'm cool with you. Who the fuck are you really cool with? You're not cool with me.
Between the people.
Yeah, so that's basically kind of what happened with us. And we had a mutual friend that would kind of put walls up and be a dick and pass comments, try to get us to literally physically fight each other. And it was constant arguments. I became close with the mutual friend. The mutual friend cut him off. I cut the mutual friend off. And here we are.
Yeah. Thank God.
Back to square one. Thank God.
Yeah.
So let's dive into, that's our kind of backstory. But question one, why do you think loyalty is so important in a friend?
Whoa. Joe knows I could go on about this one, bro. But listen, no matter what type of relationship it is, I think even if it's a girlfriend, whatever, like loyalty is always number one because I gotta know, like, you're my boy. Like, if you don't have my back, then I'm by myself. I'm fending for myself, which you should always have the mindset that like you should be aware of your surroundings and looking out for yourself, obviously. But it's always like you have to have that trust in someone, and loyalty is the only way that you could really build that trust. And people like to like throw loyalty around, like, oh, like bro, I would never do you dirty. I would never switch up.
It shouldn't even be a conversation. It
Yeah.
should, like, you should just trust your friend to that extent.
And that's the biggest red flag.
Yeah.
Someone who talks about how loyal they are and how real they are and how like down they are to ride with you. It's like,
listen,
all right, bro, like what are you telling me this for? Like
me and you never stopped being friends over a loyalty issue.
Yeah.
That's why I was able to rekindle a friendship with Antonio. Once you've broken my trust, whether you're a girl, a family member, anything,
It's hard to
when
rebuild
there's
that.
lack of trust and there's no loyalty to that person and you're a backstabber, you can't have that person in your life. I don't care who it is. You know, that's character. Character is a very rare thing to change. It's
Yeah.
kind of like once a cheater, almost always a cheater. That's the same situation. If you're not a loyal person, I could never at this phase of my life get close to somebody who I don't believe is loyal to me. It's impossible. There is no way to get close to
There's
somebody.
just no time for it either. Like we're not like we're in a weird part of life too, where everything's changing. People moving around, going to college, whatever, and like you know, it's the holidays right now. Everyone's home from college, and you see like, okay, yeah, this person is really friends with this person, and this person is really friends with this person because they're still talking now, and that's loyalty that's showing. I think we're gonna come back next year from break and whatever, and we're all gonna have been at college, and you're gonna see a bunch of people who used to hang out every day and post pictures with each other.
Yeah.
You don't see them with each other anymore.
Yeah, no.
And
Nope.
it's like, that's interesting.
Nope.
But
So
loyalty.
another thing, why do you think it's dangerous to hang out with people with negative life habits?
Oh my God. I was friends with someone who had a very addictive personality, had been to rehab, through the cycle, whatever. That shit rubs off on you. It does. And it doesn't matter if you think you're the most headstrong, stubborn person, whatever.
You're not immune to anything.
No. And you are the people you hang around. Whoever tells you you're not, I'm sorry, your parents are right. You are the people you hang around. You're what? I was watching something the other day.
Birds of a feather flock together.
Yep.
If you are hanging out, okay, I see this shit so often. If you are a wealthy person, rich kid, whatever, you should be looking to hang out with people richer than you or are striving to get better than you are, pushing you up constantly. Independent, motivated, people living a high value life. When you hang out with fucking lowlifes and degenerates and people that aren't pushing themselves, that aren't doing anything positive for themselves, that like to drink all the time, that they like to smoke all the time, they live terribly fucking negative lives, that shit rubs off on you. I can tell you that for a fact. Listen, I used to vape all the time. Not calling anybody out that vapes. I have a bunch of friends that vape. Once I stopped hanging out with kids that vaped, I stopped vaping because I was the only one doing it. And I was like, yo, do you want to hit? No. Oh, well, here I am alone. Fucking, here's the dick. I'm the idiot. I'm the fucking idiot. I'm the only one fucking living a negative. I'm the only one with the negative life habit. Now I feel fucking stupid for doing it.
And that's when you know, like, your friend has a problem when they're not doing things socially.
Yeah.
Like, they're doing things for themselves, by themselves. Like, that's when you know, like, all right, like, you got to start thinking, like, maybe this person, you know, isn't what I thought.
And once you start cutting those things off, that's what you could physically feel yourself bossing up. I know I went.
It's a vice.
Oh my God.
Anything like that, whether you vape, you smoke weed, you drink, it's a vice.
Yeah.
No matter how you play it. Like, you could say that you do it for fun, you do it with your friends, you do it with whatever. It's a vice.
Yeah.
And it's okay to do it on those occasions, but if you don't have control of it, then
yeah,
low value.
Yeah, 100%. Like, bro,
Low value.
I've heard so many kids that are like, oh, I can't talk to girls unless I'm drunk. I want to get drunk because if I'm drunk, I know I could get with somebody. What? Why is that?
I hate when I hear that.
Why do you have to be drunk to get with somebody? Oh, because I'm so much looser and more confident. Well,
now you're just dry, bro. You're just dry.
Instead of relying on the alcohol to put you into that mindset, you could literally retrain your brain to having the fucking confidence and the balls to do that shit completely sober.
And the other thing is,
completely sober.
Like, if you don't ever take the chance, how are you ever going to figure out how that conversation goes with that girl? Or even with that kid that you want to be friends with at school that you think is chill.
Yeah.
If you never take that chance, you never know how that's going to go, and you have no experience in that situation. So 100%. It's only going to get scarier and scarier and scarier.
100%. But going back to your friends rubbing off on you, like I said, once I stopped hanging out with kids that cut out certain things, I cut out certain things. And then there came a point where I found myself back against the wall, no friends, nothing, no friends. And you know what that time did for me? It gave me so much time to reflect on myself and focus on me so hard and so heavily. And it pushed me up to the point that I'm at right now. And I fucking love where I'm at right now. And now I have a bunch of fucking friends and I'm social. I go out. I have work time. I have me time. I have gym time. I like the place.
And for anyone who's going to say that he's being cocky or arrogant or whatever, this is pride. Okay, this is pride. Because I was friends with this kid when he didn't have a lot of it and he wasn't that confident. So anyone that says it's arrogance or whatever, kick rocks.
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, I do think I have a lot of stories I could tell about what you just said.
Yeah, go ahead.
The way that your friends act, especially around girls and the jokes that they make, that'll rub off on you.
Yeah.
As soon as I stopped hanging around kids that didn't get girls, and when we were in a conversation with girls would say something like inappropriate or awkward that would just make the conversation stale, like that leaves you, because that's an atmosphere thing. And when someone else has that energy around you, it rubs off on you and you start doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And that was the thing I realized when I stopped being friends with our mutual friend, or he cut me off or whatever. Like he's saying, that moment where your back's against the wall and you have nobody, it's a beautiful thing, because now you could start from scratch. And you could build your own foundation, and you could look back and say, damn, I was saying shit and doing shit that I wouldn't do if I wasn't friends with that person.
Exactly.
I was only doing it because they would laugh, or they would tell me, yeah,
word, that was funny.
Exactly.
It's literally, you don't realize it, but you're like on a leash to that person.
And the only reason they're telling you to do that stuff
is for their own entertainment.
And their insecurity, too.
They're doing it because they're insecure and they won't do it themselves.
Yeah.
And they're doing it for their own entertainment.
Projecting.
If you have a kid that talks about, if you have guy friends that talk about who they're gonna fuck up 24/7, and they've put hands on nobody, don't like cut their pride out, because everyone's been in that position.
Bro, I was just
wanting
to
be headstrong, wanting to be confident. Everyone goes through phases like that in their lives. Bro, there's people that need to fight for a living. Most of you guys that I see doing it, and probably have done it before, like we live good lives.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's people that need to resort to shit like that. You know what I mean?
And the other thing too is like standing around talking about it. I just had a huge conversation with one of my friends about this, because he was in this situation. You telling me something,
it's embarrassing to that person.
Cool. You just said that. I'm going to take you seriously when I see you go and do it.
Yeah.
Until then, I don't care. I have your back. Yeah, you're telling me you're going to go do something? Okay, I'll walk with you. You want to go fight this person, whatever? Cool. But until I see you walking towards that person, don't talk to me about it. I don't want to hear about it. I don't care. I'm not your pillow. Yeah. I don't care. Stop talking. Oh, bro, I hate him. And you know what that is? 95% of the time, that person's looking to you for validation.
Yeah.
For
it's like, oh yeah,
I'm gonna beat them up, right? Like, I got that, right? And it's like, I don't know, bro. Do you? Like, do you? Like, I can't fight for you, so you gotta ask yourself, do you have that in you? But
yeah, no, 100%. Listen, because some of my guy friends still do this. When they start talking to me about a kid that they want to fight or fuck up, I just say stop. Fucking stop. You've put hands on fucking nobody. Like, and you shouldn't. And you shouldn't.
You should not. You shouldn't do that.
Like,
dude,
fucking,
if you're one of the okay, this is for the kids at home that are debating. You've been talking about it for 3 months, and you're debating coming back from winter break and socking that kid. Don't do it.
like, people do punch back. It's not the punching bag in your basement that you that you practice on for the last month.
Yeah,
like, you might catch an elbow right in your fucking eye, and
for real,
and you're gonna fucking
for
croak.
real.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's another big thing. But we got off topic, but it doesn't matter. It's just it all relates. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does.
But another thing, how do you think that? Let me rephrase that. At what point in a friend do you reach that limit of, okay, enough is enough. I need to cut this person off. They're toxic. I need to cut them off. How many chances do you give?
I don't know if I'm a big like chance giver. Like I don't think it's that hard to gain to keep my loyalty or keep my trust, because I don't think I demand very much from my friends. I think I'm usually like I tend to like nurture people and want to see them get better, and like I don't think I'm someone that like asks for a lot in return.
Yeah.
But that's why I think like if you do something that I'm like, what? Like, I don't want to be friends with you over this.
Yeah.
Then yeah, like you must be chopped.
100%.
Like you must be
100%. And listen, I don't think there's like a certain number of arguments you get into
it's
that,
a feeling.
that you forget. Yes.
You get in your gut.
It's a feel. Once you get that gut feeling about somebody and you kind of have that light bulb moment, like,
and listen to it.
Like, oh fuck, they stabbed me in the back. Listen to it, because listen, I can tell you from experience, he can tell you from experience, forgiveness and letting that person slide and hang around and, oh, bro, I'm still your boy no matter what. Like, bro, I'm sorry. Like
Cap.
It's cap. They wouldn't have done it to you if they cared about you.
For real.
They wouldn't have done it to you if they really fucking cared about you. That's the difference. That's the difference. If you're really a good friend, you shouldn't even have to have those conversations with your friends. I have a friend.
I would never have that conversation with this kid Joe over here. Never.
I've had a friend since freshman year. I've not been in one argument with him. Am I as close as I was with him freshman year? No, but there's never been an argument over money, over a girl, nothing. Because I always knew that no matter what position the kid was in, whether he didn't have as much money as me or whatever it may have been, that kid always was going to have my back. He was always going to have my best interest. He was always going to look out for me, whether it was for a girl, anything. He was always going to look out for me. And that kid is still in my life today, and I'm extremely grateful for him. You know who you are. Keep those people around. Cut off the fucking toxic, dead, negative fucking parasites to your fucking life. They fucking drain you of your life force and your energy. Like they need to go. Kick rocks. Like, the door's that way.
And I think you said something interesting about like your friends like not having to worry about like, oh, like would you spot me or something like that. You could ask any of my friends. If we go out, you're eating.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. You're eating. If I go out with you, it doesn't matter even if I don't know you, even if you're a friend of a friend, you're sitting at the table with me, you're eating.
And a lot of this is based upon how we were raised. You know, you're Italian, I'm Italian, pretty traditional, not super traditional, but
bro. And I don't understand how kids do that. I've been out with my friend and someone that they're friends with, and the three of us are eating and their friend doesn't have money, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, why isn't he ordering anything? Like, what's up? And they're like, oh, he doesn't have money. And I'm like, okay, so? And he's like, oh, I'm not paying for him. Like, I'm not going to ask you to do that. And then it's like, what?
It's like it's just like traditional Italian parents. Like, whenever I would go to his house, it was on his dime. Whenever he would come to my house, it was on my dime. That's just...
Whenever I didn't have money, it was on him. Whenever he didn't have money, it was on me.
Yeah, because that's just a normal way to be. Don't be stingy with money with your friends, but that also doesn't mean be a user. Don't
take advantage.
Don't have fucking alligator arms and, oh shit, I left my wallet at home now 5, 6, 7 times. It's like, bro, like, get the fuck out of here. But like, there is a point of, it's on an occasion, you help your friend out. When they're out with you or they're out at your house, don't ask them for money. Don't ask them for money, because it should be the same way when you're at their fucking house, it's on their dime.
And there's other ways to show.
Split it. Unless you agree to split it, obviously that's different. But that is a main reason why kids tend to fucking have arguments, even lifelong friends, over fucking $12. Because listen, the $12 sits in the back of your head. Is it the $12? No, it's the concept. if you do promise to pay that person back, if you're going to pay them back, you better fucking pay them back. Because I have a lot of even mutual friends.
Yeah.
Say we're going out and they're like, we're going out to Wawa. Kid forgets his wallet. Oh, I'll get this for you. If they say, oh, I forgot my wallet, no problem, I got it. Not going to ask them for the money back. But if they're like, okay, I'm going to Venmo you or I'm going to Zelle you right after, and then I'll be like, okay, no problem, then actually do it. Don't front.
Yeah.
Don't act like you're going to actually do it and then not do it, because then that's more fucking annoying than just saying, I don't have the money right now, but when I do get the money at some point, I'll pay you back. It'll be on my dime.
And that's what I was just going to talk about. Like, if you are in a friendship where, like, you know, your friend's taking you to, like, crazy places and, like, paying absurd amount of money for, like, you to go to dinner or wherever, and, like, you just don't have the money to pay them back for that, there's other ways to show your appreciation other than, oh, yo, here's that money back.
Yeah.
And, yo, when you give them the money back, don't act like you're paying the bank back a loan or something like that. Like, you should be happy that, like, you have the money to pay your friend back after they did something for you.
Yeah.
Like, every time, bro. Like, there's some kids I've been friends with that it's like they're embarrassed to give you the money back. And it's like, yo, I don't care. Like, I'm probably going to ask you for that at some point. So don't feel embarrassed, because I'm not. So when they come back to you and they're like, they don't look you in the eye and they're like, yo, like, here's the money, like, whatever. It's like, all right.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
Yeah. You want to talk about your, look at this.
Exactly. And look, Luke's mom bringing down a tray of food as we say that. Like,
just making sure everybody eats.
Yeah,
even on the podcast. Because we have a bunch of people behind the camera. Yeah. But listen, how dangerous is jealousy in a friendship?
It's the worst thing, and in some ways, honestly, it could be the best thing, because there have definitely been ways, like when I was friends with Luke, that I was envious of him, but it made me envious of his knowledge, and I would ask him questions about working out, like how to eat, whatever, and he could see that I was like, you know, like jealous, like I want that, like I want to feel good about myself, I want to like do that, and he would help me, and like when you see your friend is like, you know, like admires you in a certain way and they're just like a little bit like on the fence about saying something about it, help them.
Yeah.
Do that. Because if you don't, you're a dickhead.
Yeah. And listen, I'm not saying that it was because of me, but
no.
This kid had a crazy fitness transformation. He used to be, I don't want to say you were obese, but you were overweight. You were definitely overweight, went through a crazy fitness transformation and got fucking shredded. Like he got very lean, and it was good. Like
it was.
Like sometimes, and you said to my brother in the gym one day, you said, and this is when we weren't like so friendly, you were like, oh, tell your brother like I'm not fat anymore. And that's where, right? I'm not saying bullying, but sometimes the biggest motivator could be your own insecurity. Insecurity could fucking motivate
you. It goes one of two ways. You either let it eat you or you
eat it.
Yeah, you eat it.
Or you eat it.
And I think that like a lot of the stuff like that's going on right now with, you know, fitness and health and the way people perceive it, there's like two colliding sides, which is like, oh, like go hard, and then it's like, oh, like accept everyone for, you know, the way that they are and blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, I definitely would accept anyone for the way they look. It doesn't matter. But if someone tells me that it bothers them, then yeah, I'm not going to be happy with you.
Yeah.
Because you're showing me that you're unhappy with something and you're not doing something about it. So it's less about the way you look and whatever. I don't care about the way you look. If you're happy with the way you look, go for it. But if you tell me that you don't like the way you look, then I'm going to be like,
do something.
Yeah. Like, yeah. And it's so easy. It's so easy now. There's so many different, and there's a lot of bullshit out there. But if you know where to look, it's very, very, very easy to like reach whatever. And it doesn't even have to be losing weight. It could be gaining weight, which is a problem for some people. It could be, you know, anything.
Yeah. Like, but listen, going back to envy, that I have a point to make. There's two characteristics, in my opinion, that there's no such thing as a perfect person, you know? If your fucking friend has bad hygiene, that's not...
No. That could be fixed. All right, that could be fixed.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not acceptable.
Like that could be fixed, but that's not the characteristics of that person internally. That's external.
Yeah.
The external you can help your friends with.
Very external.
When there's internal issues, again, the two biggest ones, loyalty and envy. When you feel that you have a friend that's disloyal and jealous, you could never feel fully close to that person. Because listen, when your friends can't truly be happy for you, when you go out and you get that fucking girl that everyone wanted, or you get that job opportunity that he fucking wanted, or somebody else wanted, or you go through that fitness transformation, when your friends can't be genuinely happy for you and they still feel that level of jealousy, that can't be your fucking friend, especially when they're showing it so strongly and in your face. Does everyone feel a level of envy? Yes. Jealousy makes the fucking world go round.
But you know what? I don't believe that if you're getting where you want to go and whatever, like I realized once I was at a place where I was happy, like with myself, the people that were negative and jealous and whatever filtered their way out.
Yeah.
You have to trust that if you work on yourself, the people that are good for you will stay, and the people that are bad for you will naturally make their way out.
Yeah.
And like what he's saying, like you're not going to see that jealous person standing next to you like when you're at the top.
Yeah.
You're not going to see that because they're going to be below you, tugging on your foot, trying to drag you back where they are.
Yeah.
So don't expect them to be next to you.
Yeah.
So, and the other thing too is like jealousy when it comes to, like you said, like when someone gets the girl that everyone wants. If your boy gets that girl and you're not happy for him,
that's a dub for both of you.
You're stupid. Because guess what? Her best friend is the other girl that everyone wants.
Yeah.
So guess who you're hanging out with? So like, come on, like,
bro,
there's a positive in everything.
Listen,
like,
I'll tell you, over the summer, I don't want to say I took an L, but I took a slanted W for one of my friends. And listen, I don't give a fuck.
Let's get into this.
Like I'll do it. I'll do it for one of my friends if I really have to. It was this girl who, listen, would I have rather gone with the girl he was getting with? Fuck yeah. But like, am I going to? No, she was on him. Do I care? No. I took the L for my friend and fucking not even L. The girl's not, listen, if you think this is about you, it's not. All right. It's not about you, but
it's probably about you.
No, it's not about you, but
it's definitely about you.
But if you're really not happy to see your friends go up and fucking do good things and be genuine with themselves and genuine with you, how can you ever be close with that person? Yeah. So if you are watching this video and you feel a lot of jealousy inside and you feel a lot of envy, you feel like you can't put a lot of trust in people, and you have all these fucking things that you have which are damaging you internally that you feel like you can't express, I'm telling you, the single biggest confidence booster and jealousy dropper is fitness. I'm telling you, find fitness.
Health in general.
Finding health.
Work on your health. Because I'm telling you, if you think that you're a healthy person, you're not.
Yeah. For so many people, finding health and fitness could be the biggest anchor in your life. I'll tell you, before the gym, there was nothing based. I didn't have any kind of, The Rock talks about this all the time. The gym is the anchor to his day. He wakes up 4 a.m, starts his day with a workout. That's what gets him going. You need to have some kind of anchor to your day, whether you play a sport, whether you're big into reading. You need
creative.
You need to
knit something.
You need to have. You need to have
podcast.
You need to have that crutch that you go to every day that benefits you. Not the vape, not the Henny. It needs to be something that
you're bad at.
You.
That you're bad at. That you want to get good at.
That you start bad at, because guess what? When you get fucking good at it, then you have other people trying to get to where you're at, and it's a never ending cycle. Especially with the gym, you get to a certain shape. I know you could probably attest to this. You get to a certain shape, you want to be in better shape. Then you get to that shape, then you want to be in better shape, and
that's a different conversation.
But it never ends. It's with a lot of things. You just keep striving to do better, do better, do better. And if you push your friends to keep doing better and doing better and doing better, it'll rub off on them. They'll rub off on you. You'll create a circle of winners.
And if they don't take it, don't force it on them.
Yeah.
Don't force it on them. Because honestly, and it's odd to say, but just because you're ready to, reach your goals and go head on at the world, that doesn't mean your friend is, because they still might be figuring something out that like is messing them up or whatever. So if they're not ready to take that jump with you, okay, don't force it on them, but you got to ask them why too. Because I know for me and in personal experience, there have been times where I've had friends that I've judged them because it's like, well, why isn't this person doing this and this and this to make themselves a better person? And it's not because they don't want to or whatever. It's just it's not the right time for them, and they're going through something else that they got to deal with.
Yeah.
So I think it's also like with friendship and friends in general, if you don't know where your friend is at mentally, like you're doing something wrong. Because a big thing too about a lot of kids that they don't realize about their friendships and whatever is, yeah, you see them, you talk to them, you joke around with them, you know, you go to parties with them, play sport with them, cool. Does that person know anything about like the extent?
I gotta cut you off. It's so common. It's so common with the popular group of kids. Most of the time, they hang out as a group and they don't know what the fuck is going on with each other. Yeah. It's all for show. It's all for show. Listen, I have been, okay, especially this year, but for a long time, and I'm sure you could probably relate to this too, just a popular loner, where people know who you are, but no one really knows you. But
I'm just an asshole, so people don't approach me.
But you build but you build that level of friendship with people that are really close to you. You build that tight-knit group, and there's nothing more valuable than that.
And you also see the kids in that popular group that are genuine kids.
I hear them talk shit about each other all the time.
Yeah,
though.
and there are some kids that are really in that group that are genuine, and you're like, damn, this kid's a good kid, but like, why are you hanging around all these fake people?
Yeah.
And like, in that case, they're usually just like so caught up in it that they don't know how to drag themselves out. But
yeah,
it's interesting. Like, know where your friends are at. Like, know where they are mentally. Like, ask them if they are okay. Like, for real. We're talking about friendship. You want to talk about how to be a good friend? Ask your friend if they're okay. If you don't know how your friend is doing when you're watching this and you're scrolling on TikTok or whatever, you're an asshole. You're not a good friend. I'm sorry, but you're not. I know the people that are close to me, I know how they're doing, how their parents are, how their siblings are, what they want to, what they're striving for right now, what they're worried about. If you don't know that about someone you're close with, how close are you?
Yeah.
And how could you go and tell someone else, yeah, that's my best friend? Your best friend?
Yeah.
Bro, you don't know where he's been the past 3 days. How is that your best friend?
Yeah, your best
I'm not
friend.
saying you got to keep a leash on him, but like, you don't know. You know nothing about that kid.
Yeah, your best friend's like your family. You know what's going on with them. You know what's going on with their relationships. And listen, if you're a secretive person and it's for your own reasons, okay, I'm not going to attack you for that. But you should have a basis.
But then I'm going to know you're a secretive person, so I'm not going to expect to hear that from you.
Yeah, but you should kind of have a general basis of what's going on with your friends and, you know, learn how to get close to the right people. Yeah. That's the moral of the story. Anything else? I feel like we touched on a lot.
Just again, ask them if they're okay. It's a big thing. Bro, just ask your friend if they're okay. And even if you're not friends with someone, ask them if they're okay. Be a nice person. It doesn't take that much. I know you have nothing better to do.
That's not wrong.
Just ask them.
You're not wrong.
Like,
listen, thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe, follow for more content. If you liked Antonio on the podcast, of course, we'll run it back anytime. We'll run it back. And thank you guys for watching.
Thank you. That was fine.